Friday, Philosophy Friday. I want to share an experiment with you that I have been doing since January, and it involves words. It involves energy. Now, I love metaphysics. I love all of the stuff that you can't quantify. I also love the quantifiable, don't get me wrong. I love research and science and scientific theory. But I personally find it very arrogant to believe that we can use our yardstick to make sense and describe the world around us when clearly just the complexity in, say, a single cell organism is pretty awe-inspiring. I think there's a lot of wonder and beauty in not knowing or not having the answers. So I have a quasi-scientific experiment going on in my windowsill in my kitchen that's been there since the 23rd of January this year, 2014. There was a movie, and many of you may have seen it, called What the Bleep Do I Know, or What the Bleep Do We Know? I hated the movie, for starters. I don't like my religion or my science pre-chewed and regurgitated. The information was very directed, and I don't like having information directed. I like it being presented, and I like to sort through it on my own. So anyway, bad movie, interesting concept for the movie, but there was a doctor in there, a researching doctor called Masaru Emoto, Dr. Emoto. He's a Japanese doctor, and he wrote this book, The Hidden Messages in Water. And it was basically an experiment on how water crystallizes based on the energy that surrounds it. So he did some interesting studies. This was a classical music. Bud Powell's Cleopatra's Dream was played for this vial of water, and then it was frozen. And then this is heavy metal music. So this is what heavy metal music does to me. Like when I hear heavy metal music, it's so aggressive and angry and disjointed that I feel this way when I listen to it. And I kind of feel this way when I listen to classical music. That's beautiful. Apparently, from the scientific literature that I've found, Dr. Emoto's work is not easily replicatable and hasn't been. Scientists argue that water, how water crystallizes, has several different variables like temperature and speed. So this January, Dr. Emoto re-emerged onto the World Wide Web with a new study, his rice study, and you can Google that, and it's Dr. Emoto, E-M-O-T-O, rice study. So what he did basically is he took a pot of rice and he divided it into 3 similar containers. And every day he verbally gave gratitude to one and said thank you. He told one that it was stupid, and then one he just ignored. People that have replicated his study have not had the same results. So I wanted to do my own study, and somewhere in my excitement to do this and reading about this article on the internet, I missed the part where you cook the rice. So I actually used raw rice. But whatever, it's 7 months into it, and I haven't had mold, and I haven't had black slime, and I really haven't had a whole lot of anything going on, but it was raw rice. So I'm going to keep it going, because I think after a year's time, next January, when January 23rd rolls around, maybe I'll have more of a change in my rice. Maybe I won't. Maybe my energy is not as strong as Dr. Emoto's. Because if you break life down into really fundamental parts, it is just energy. We are all just energy. And so energy has 3 possible outcomes, right? You have 2 energetic forces, and they can come together and they can amplify, they can scramble, or they can neutralize. So if people are that way, and I have an inherent energy in me, and I interact with somebody with a different energy, we've all known people that have made us more of who we are, like good moods higher, bad moods higher. Just they're amplifying forces for us, and hopefully that's a good thing. And we've all met people that have no reaction. We have no reaction to, really. And then we've all met people that we have an instant chaotic reaction to, a scrambling. So breaking it down to something as simple as energetic waves, we can look at research and how mental states either prohibit or facilitate healing. And there's a huge body of work that goes into how vital our mental states are to our well-being. I mean, just look at depression as a perfect example right there. So I'm interested in all of this stuff. I love it. I love it. In school, neuropsychology was my special interest field. Our brains, how we think, how we perceive. And it's worth thinking about. How do our words, as we discussed last week, how do they affect the things around us? How does the vibration of our words differ than the vibration of our thoughts? Because you think negative things and you come in contact with somebody, whether or not they know it and whether or not you know it, they feel it. We have amazing abilities to process and channel and connect with those around us, or disconnect with those around us based on what we feel. Now, some people are bigger feelers than others. I'm a super feeler. When I'm having off days, and those days where, like, there's no hot water, or you shrunk your favorite sweater, and then you stub your toe, and then you get your hair cut in your car door, and then, like, it's trafficy, and on and on and on. And it just feels like everything is conspiring against you doing whatever it is you want to do, and you're not allowing yourself to just be and accept what is, and you're fighting it every step of the way. Like, those kinds of days, it's all energy. Those are our thoughts. That is us getting in our own way. Yeah. Here's the experiment. The rice that I said thank you to every morning.
Thank you.
And the rice that I tried to get the gratitude, like, out of my system and turn away from it and, like, regroup into a different mental state and muster up as much disdain as I could. And the rice that I said, you are stupid.
You are stupid.
And then the rice that I just ignored. So, interesting. If you are compelled to do your own research and do your own rice experiment, cook it first, and cook it all in one big pot so it's all cooked the same water and all of that. And let me know what you end up doing. I think you'll have quicker results if you cook it, because Dr. Emoto had results in 30 days, and other people on the internet, if you look at their studies, they had noticeable mold growth and different things happening in 30 days. So my uncooked rice is what, in its 7th month, and it's slow go. But yeah, interesting. What do you think? Are we all just energy and stardust? And what power do our thoughts have in our reality? It's interesting to think of.